Okay, just because we're saying these things doesn't mean we're guaranteeing it's gonna happen. And keep in mind, these are bold predictions, which means that they are highly unlikely to happen. But since the season's around the corner, decided to just have a little fun with it. And today I'm joined by my bestest bud, Duck. Duck, do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Oh man, I've never done a collab video on my channel. This is the first time. Duck, do you want to plug your stuff? Like your YouTube and all that nice stuff?
I can. Currently without my editing software, but working on it. At ViewsOfPhoenix is my Twitter handle. Then my YouTube is also ViewsOfPhoenix. And then also be sure to go and follow, like, share, comment, everything the Broad Entertainment Podcast.
Yes, Broad Entertainment Podcast. Okay, Mr. Duck, since you are the guest on my channel, you get to go first. What is one bold prediction that you have for the 2020 NFL season?
Oh, wow. I didn't even come prepared. Let me just get my list. My first one is the Cowboys missing the playoffs. I think even though they're the best team when it comes to roster, I think they miss the playoffs by a lot.
Oh, so not the typical 8-8 record type of thing?
No, I'm talking like 6 wins.
Wow. Like, is there any specific reason? Like, bad coaching or,
Well, mainly because I have little to no faith in Dak Prescott. And then Mike McCarthy is extremely stubborn, and I don't think he'll know how to operate that offense.
I agree with that. I do not like Mike McCarthy. Okay, now here's one of my own. And you guys can probably see this one coming from a mile away. The Bills are going to fall off hard. I've been saying this all off season, and I'm sticking to it. I think the Bills are just the Jaguars and Bears all over again. A team with a very good defense, but a dumb quarterback. Like, really dumb quarterback, extremely inaccurate. And I think they're not going to make the playoffs this year.
See, we agree on so much, it's weird that we're on the complete opposite side of the spectrum with the Bills.
Really?
Because I think the Bills are going to be really good.
Wow.
Like 11 wins good.
I don't know, man. I just cannot get behind Josh Allen. And even if he got, Stephon Diggs, I think Josh Allen's going to be overthrowing him like by 15 yards. And you're going to have Stephon Diggs throwing temper tantrums on the sideline. So
Probably at some point, but
okay, Duck, what is your next bold prediction?
wow. I get 2.
Yes, you get 2.
All right, my second one is one that I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack for. I got the Chiefs going 8-8. Gasp.
That's bold.
Yeah. I know they retained all their key pieces and they've added rookies as well. I just don't see that defense performing the same way it did in last season. Because keep in mind, their defense was horrible for like the first half of the year. Plus, they're going to have, what was his name, Breland on suspension.
Yeah.
Which is a huge loss. Then, and I know he's better than what they had talent-wise, they're also starting a rookie at linebacker now with Willie Gay. So I just see their defense going from first or second, because, 49ers. I see it going from near the top to the bottom.
Yeah, I can see that. And then you also, Kendall Fuller, he's out of there. And I believe they have, like, one of their defensive linemen also got suspended for PED. So, yeah. So But, I don't know. It is bold. I like it, though. I like it bold. Okay, my next one. Cam Newton has an MVP caliber season and leads the Patriots to the playoffs. Now, look. This one, in my opinion, is extremely bold because the Patriots, their supporting cast around Newton isn't exactly anything special, but if you go back to Newton's MVP season in Carolina, his supporting cast wasn't good either, like on the offensive side of the ball. And I think Newton rebounds here and has a really, really good season and leads the Patriots to the playoffs. I mean, Belichick has been talking him up like for the past 2 weeks, and you know when Belichick talks someone up, you know they're doing good. So I think Cam is gonna have a really good season.
See, if I was gonna do that bold take, I would switch it to Jarrett Stidham.
Oh no, not Jarrett Stidham.
I think Stidham will be a better quarterback in 2020 than Cam Newton.
Okay, are you trying to make a funny or are you being 100%?
No, I'm dead serious.
What?
I really do. Because keep in mind, Cam Newton was like on the brink of not being able to get a job, period. And all of a sudden, we just going to see MVP Cam? I just can't see.
Man. I think, in New England, they just built different, man. They just built different. But, all right, Doug, what about you? Like, what is your next one?
My next one, not as crazy, but it is kind of out there because I don't think I've seen anyone else say this. I think the Atlanta Falcons still make the playoffs with that loaded division. I just think that their offensive line, they added 2 young guys last year. I think both dealt with injuries as well. I think both of them get back. That line gets better. And I think that line pushes Todd Gurley back to looking like his elite days. And then I also think that A.J. Terrell was one of the best pickups in the draft for them and is going to make their defense significantly better too. So we already know their pass game is going to be great. But I also see this year their run game coming back and their defense coming back too.
I don't see it. But that's why it's bold, though. But, yeah, Todd Gurley, he has arthritis on his knee, so I just don't see it. But my next one, though, and this is the one that I feel like I'm going to get a lot of hate for, but Baker Mayfield will be the best quarterback in the AFC North next season. I think he's going to bounce back, man. I think getting rid of Freddie Kitchens was a good decision. I mean, we already know that team has all the talent in the world. And I feel like Baker Mayfield, he had some growing up to do. And I think he grew up. I think this season you'll see him do more things like he was doing his rookie year. And he's going to be the best quarterback in the AFC North next season. Better than Lamar Jackson, because I do think Lamar Jackson and the Ravens take a small step back. But that's mostly due to the fact that I see the Steelers and the Browns catching up to them. So, yeah. Mayfield for the win.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I see Baker Mayfield as a shook version of Kyler Murray.
No, boys, they're short.
Yes, that's the entire reason I compared them. But yeah, I don't see Baker Mayfield having that kind of I still got it kind of year. I see him kind of being middle of the pack, kind of like where, around where like Kirk Cousins is, or like
Dakota Prescott,
or like. No, I think that's too hot for him. I was gonna say like
Dalton.
Peak Andy Dalton.
I like it. Okay, what's your next one?
My next one is the Giants are going to win the NFC East.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that's one bold. I know is really bold because they do have the Cowboys and the Eagles in that division. But keep in mind, I have the Cowboys missing the playoffs. The Eagles, I have zero faith in that team, mainly because they don't know what they're doing at quarterback. Carson Wentz is already hurt in practice. Jalen Hurts is good, but he's only a rookie. Questionable receiver play and questionable line now too. So I just see the Giants having the best current roster, because mainly due to health, but I think they have the best current roster to get them into the playoffs, especially because Nate Solder opted out, and I don't think I would have picked them if he didn't. So I see Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones carrying that team to the playoffs and winning that division.
Ooh, Saquon Barkley. I kind of like that one. It's bold, but I like it. It's not, completely impossible. I could see it definitely happening, especially since those Eagles injuries are piling up. Okay, so my next one, and this one I decided to tone it down just a little bit. Matt Patricia gets fired mid-season. I do not like Matt Patricia. I think he's a terrible, terrible head coach, arguably the worst head coach in the NFL. And I feel like the Lions have quite a lot of talent. Matthew Stafford, Marvin Jones, Kenny Golladay, Kerryon Johnson, DeAndre Swift. So they got talent, but for whatever reason, they can't get wins. And when that happens, it's on coaching. And then you had the whole Darius Slay situation where, he came out after he got traded that Matt Patricia, wasn't a good coach, and he treats him like trash pretty much. And I feel like that's going to be like something that's going to be there. I feel like he's already somewhat on the hot seat. And I feel like if they keep losing this season, which I think they will, he'll get fired mid-season.
Yeah, I can see it. 1,000,000,000%. That sounds like a Detroit Lions kind of thing.
Yes.
I will say, though, I don't think he's the first coach fired.
Ooh.
This isn't my bold take, but I see Gase getting scrapped first.
I could see that, too. I could see them both getting fired.
Oh, they both will. It's just about who's first.
Yep. All right, Duck, what is your next bold prediction?
This one, I'm going to be honest, I had a hard time getting this one. But after just looking at teams and looking at rosters, it finally hit me. The Tennessee Titans are going to have the worst record in the NFL.
What?
Yeah.
That's bold.
I have zero faith in that team. Like, I went and I looked through and I was going position by position. They have a good team. But you know what the one mistake they made this offseason was?
Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Tannehill was like throwing, I think, like 74% when they went on their winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Tannehill isn't doing that. He's part of the reason they didn't do much in the playoffs against good, they made the championship game, but they didn't do much with him. It was all Derrick Henry.
Yep.
And the more I looked at it, I'm like, Tannehill had this crazy hot season last year. Wouldn't it be the most Ryan Tannehill thing you've ever heard for him to get hurt or underperform?
Oh, absolutely. That's Ryan Tannehill.
And see, they did not do any kind of backup plan at all. And this reminds me of a couple years ago when the Jaguars did the same exact thing with Blake Bortles.
They went all in with Bortles. They're going all in with Tannehill.
They made a huge run to the championship. They paid Blake Bortles. Their next season was horrible. I can see the Titans went to the championship, paid Ryan Tannehill. Next season, horrible. Because Derrick Henry, I think everybody knew he was a good running back last year. I don't think they knew he was that good last year.
Yeah.
I think they're going to see a whole lot more stacked boxes. They're going to basically do one-on-one coverages, and yeah, AJ Brown is going to win a lot of those, but they're going to say, okay, Tannehill, hit him every time.
Well, see, not only that though, like besides AJ Brown, who do they have to throw to? And not only that, their defensive coordinator retired, and they didn't hire anyone new. So now you have Mike Vrabel calling plays on defense, which is something he's very, very bad at. Something he did in Houston, and he wasn't good at it. And on top of that, he has obviously his head coaching job. So now he has both these things that he has to juggle. So, yeah. But I mean, that's really, really bold though. Like, worst record in the NFL. I mean, I could definitely see them taking a step back, but that's really bold. But I like.
I think it's the worst, which sucks because that means they're going to get Trevor Lawrence. But you know,
that's true. Okay, and now for my last bold prediction, and we're staying in the AFC South here. Okay, Phillip Rivers gets benched mid-season for Jacoby Brissett. Phillip Rivers is not a good fit in that dink and dunk offense. Phillip Rivers is a F it, I'm going deep. He is a gunslinger. He has that gunslinger mentality. The Colts, they're built to run the ball and control the game like that, you know, and have a game manager at the quarterback position, not turn the ball over. But guess what? All Phillip Rivers does is turn the ball over. His arm is shot. He can't throw, like, past 30 yards. So this guy's going to be throwing to 5'10" receivers like T.Y. Hilton, jump balls. He's going to be getting picked off consistently. And I feel like the Colts are going to do some losing early on in the season. And they're going to say, you know what? This guy's not it. We made a mistake. Sit on the bench. They bring in Brissett, and they start winning some because Brissett is the complete opposite of Phillip Rivers.
I disagree.
You don't think so?
No. I could see Phillip Rivers getting benched, but the only reason I would see that is if they had a bad record and try to, like, spark it to, you know, sneak into the playoffs or something.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could see them being bad with Rivers. I know you were saying throwing the jump balls to the 5'10", 5'11" receivers. I think he's going to be throwing those jump balls more to that second-round rookie that they just took, Mr. Michael.
But he's not good.
He's not, but that'll be their jump ball guy. But, I mean, it's bold because I don't think I've seen anybody say anything about Phillip Rivers getting benched. But I don't know. I don't see it unless they're losing a lot.
Yeah, I just don't see Phillip Rivers working out in Indianapolis.
Is it because he has a lot of kids?
Yes. And he's almost bald. Alright, though. I think we're going to go ahead and call it a video here. Duck, is there anything else you want to add on?
Please go and look at me and Mr. Mediocre's podcast. We are sick of seeing it flop.
It's okay. One day we will not flop.
Well, I just want to be happy, man.
Don't we all? But yeah, guys, we appreciate you beautiful individuals for watching, and we appreciate the support. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.